Well, good evening, family. I don't know about you, but that's what I call mood music. Welcome to our March edition of our ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I will be your humble hostess for this evening. Now, there is something I always like to say, and that is we totally understand. Yes, Miss Joyce. Absolutely. We totally understand there are so many different things that you can be doing with your time. You might be like Miss Carla Arrigo out there getting your steps in. Hello, Queen. But the fact that you guys decided to come on out and hear what we have to say, of course, that makes us so very happy. So thank each and every one of you for being here. And if you have been with us for the last few days, you know this is absolutely the place to be. If you are new to crypto, this is definitely the place you want to be because you're going to learn valuable information from what is crypto to what is the blockchain to what is the best security for my wallet. And even if you are advanced or very experienced in crypto, this is also the place you want to be because here you can have a refresher course. You're able to learn and grow with people who have the same like mind and who are on the same journey. So again, welcome each and every one of you. And I see we have our friends coming in on our YouTube. Hello, everyone. Now, as my VIPs coming on in, hello, you guys. Thank you all so very much for being here. It is always good to see each and every one of you. As you guys come on in, you should know the routine by now. Type your name and where you are from in that chat box. That way I get a chance to tell everybody who is the cool kids and who is on the VIP side with us here. And if you have the opportunity, like my wonderful friend, Miss Carla Arrigo, and my friend, Freddie Sherman, please turn on your cameras. One of the best parts about us being on a Zoom call like this, babies, is that we get a chance to see all your faces and see those beautiful smiles. So I'm going to go ahead and start saying hello to everyone. Of course, first up is Miss Carla Arrigo out there getting her step on. Hello, sweetheart. It's good to see you. Mwah. Thank you so very much for being here. There is my good friend. I said his name is Mr. CJ Jackson. Hello, sir. Boom. You know how we do it. He is coming on in representing Arizona. Thank you so much for being here. It is always good to see you, my friend. I see we have the lovely Miss Gina Muhammad is coming on in and she's representing Philadelphia. Hi, baby. How are you? Thank you so much for being here with us. It is always good to see you, Queen. I see my friend, Mr. Fetty Sherman is here with us this evening. Hello, Fetty. How are you, my friend? I hope you can hear me. Thank you so much for being here. There he is. Hi, Elton. Hi, sweetheart. I seen you come in a little late yesterday. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Of course, there is my beautiful friend. Her name is Miss Patty Guys. Hello, Queen. Mwah. Thank you so much for being here. She is here representing San Diego, California. Thank you so much for being a part of our community, love. I see we also have Mr. William Duzinski. Hi, Will. How are you? Thank you so very much for being here with us. It is always good to see you, my friend. I see we also have the beautiful Miss Janelle Appling is here and she is representing Colorado. Hello, Queen. Thank you so very much for being here. It is good to see you. Of course, the lovely Miss Rita B is here and she is representing San Diego, California as well. Hello, Rita. How are you, sweetheart? There is my angel herself. Her name is Joyce Easley. Mwah, Joyce. It's always good to see you, baby. Thank you so much for being here, as well as my good friend. I call her the Empress. Yes, baby. Her name is Miss Catherine Clement. Let me tell you something about Miss Catherine. She always shows up. Okay. And for those of you that know, showing up is always half the battle. So, sweetheart, thank you so very much for being here and for being an integral part of our community. We love you. I see Maggie's here. Hi, Maggie. How are you, sweetheart? It was so good talking to you earlier today. Maggie is representing, I want to say Colorado every time. Canada. Thank you so much for being here, baby. We truly appreciate you. And another person representing Canada, her name is Miss Judy Imda. Hello, Judy. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Of course, Miss Jacqueline Briggs is here. Hello, baby. Miss Jacqueline Briggs is another one that has been supporting ILCA and our educator for many years. So we truly appreciate you, Queen. Of course, Papa Leonard's in the house. Hey, baby. He is coming on in and he is representing La Quinta, California. I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Leonard Long as well. Behind the scenes, a lot of you guys don't know, Mr. Leonard does a lot for us and he volunteers a lot. So I just want to say, Leonard, thank you, baby. You are recognized and we do truly appreciate you. I see Miss Doreen Buckner's here. Hi, Doreen. It's always good to see you, baby. She is coming on in and she is representing Anguilla. It's always good to see you. There's Jamal, another Californian. Hello, sir. Thank you so much for being here. And I see the beautiful Miss Sandy Lynn, Mwah, Queen. She is coming all the way in from Chicago, Illinois. So when I tell you guys that we are not just global, we are all over the world. You are definitely going to see that. Okay, we're at the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Again, thank each and every one of you for joining us on our March edition of our ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am your humble hostess for this evening. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. For over 8 years, he dedicated his life to learning about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out, share his information with the masses, and this was done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built thriving communities and wonderful platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right, all right. Thank you, Miss Casa, for that introduction and being our hostess. And welcome, everybody. Congratulations. You have now made it to the 4th day. Miss Casa talked about showing up is half the battle, and that is everything. You know, most people, that's the hardest thing to do. Take time out of your schedule to learn about something you don't know about that you may not feel is valuable information. I mean, those of you in the MoveQuest community, to know that anytime there may be a MoveQuest call, there's 50, 100, 300 people on. Everybody wants to learn how to make money. But the most important part of the crypto space is if I'm going to teach you how to keep it, where is everybody? And it's because of that fact, I'm going to tell you something that is not designed to scare you, but to prepare you. Because the topic we're going to be talking about tonight is wallet security. And if you are in crypto, I do have a guarantee. I guarantee you're going to lose money somewhere along the way. I just don't know when, where, or how much. It is inevitable. There's not a single person in crypto, not even Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, that hasn't lost money in crypto. So you need to wrap your mind around that fact, just like anybody that's invested in the stock market. Warren Buffett has lost money. In fact, Warren Buffett has probably lost more than most people. He's just made more than most people, billions of dollars. Any given day, you may have Elon Musk can be worth 400 billion or 250 billion because the stock market and things goes up and down. So when I say I guarantee that you're going to lose money, what I do not know is that how, because there's other ways you can lose money as well. You can lose money by getting scammed. You can lose money by being in a bad investment. You can lose money by making bad decisions with your investments. You can also lose money by getting hacked and not properly securing your assets. So all we can do is prepare you to minimize your risks so that at least you're doing the most steps possible to protect your assets. Most people come into crypto still thinking like a bank account, even with your wallet. Most people have one, maybe two bank accounts, a checking account and a savings account, and they have all their money in it. Then they get in crypto and do the same thing. They have one wallet and then they have an exchange and they have their money either on a Coinbase, where they're buying their crypto and then the exchange where they're trading it. And most people of them have all their money sitting on an exchange. So one thing that I learned very quickly is never have all your eggs in one basket. You can have as many wallets as you want. It's not like the banks where you got to jump through hoops to try to have multiple accounts. You can have as many wallets as you want. Spread your crypto out. I said this years ago. I have dozens of wallets over the place, and I already shared the wallets. I'll share it again tonight that I think everybody should have and be utilizing for different reasons because different wallets have different features. We'll be talking about that a little more tomorrow too with hardware versus software and crypto security. So let's take a quick test here. If you've lost money in crypto, type me in the chat box. If you've lost money in crypto, type me in the chat box. And those of you on YouTube, you can participate as well. If you've lost money, type me in the chat box. If you have been a part of a scam, type 1 in the chat box. Unwittingly, you got involved with something you thought was great, and then it turned out to be a scam. Type 1 in the chat box. If you lost money due to personal error, like connecting your wallet to a scam website or giving away inadvertently your private keys, type 2 in the chat box. It's okay. It happens. So we're going to talk about how to mitigate those problems. And I'll start by sharing my own personal stories. To this date, if I add up all of those things, well, actually, I've never lost money due to connecting my wallet to a false website or giving away my private keys. I've never lost money that way. I've lost money by being scammed, by making bad investment decisions, and by what's that? Scam, bad business decisions. No, that's it. Scammed, bad business decisions. Oh, personal error. Personal error. So I'm not even going to go about the scam projects because I got 8 years worth of stuff. The largest of one of those that cost me was 778 Ethereum. You do the math on what that's worth. 778 Ethereum. So if somebody says to me, Brandon, you don't understand, you don't know what it feels like to lose money. 778 Ethereum. The second way I lost because I trusted somebody who called me up for me to move on a quick investment thing. And Marnita's laughing because I was on the phone with her when this happened. And I was actually out walking. This was the sweat coin days. I was out getting my steps. And I was on the phone with her and I got a call that came in. And it was actually from my former marketing director for ILCA. And I told her, hold on 1 second. Picked up the phone and he said, oh, Elon Musk is doing something. Here's the link. Go here. He's doing something in crypto. And he also posted that same information in our Telegram group. A lot of you guys were there when this happened. I was out in the street walking because of FOMO. And what does FOMO mean? Fear of missing out. And there was a supposedly live broadcast going on YouTube with Elon Musk. And I got the phone call from my guy without doing my own homework. I dropped 7K on it. And then when I got home, I did it right on the phone. And I did, when I got off with him, I was still on with Marnita. And I said, hold on, I got to do this real quick. On my phone. 7K I put in on it. Got home, went into my office, went onto the computer to do a little more research. And the first thing I pulled up was Telegram. And I saw all of you guys saying, "Oh, that's a scam. Oh, we're not getting involved in that. Oh, look at all these red flags." And my mouth dropped. I'm like, "You mean to tell me that the ILCA student body, the community, knew it was a scam, yet me, I fell for the freaking scam." But if I had just waited patiently 10 more minutes, because by the time I got home, I would have looked at it and known immediately it was a scam. I trusted somebody else. Now that person didn't have any bad intent, but he didn't know what he was doing, and I trusted somebody else. The next last time I lost big money, now that was 7K. I lost more than $40,000 was because it was I I don't know why I got up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and I wanted to move a whole bunch of stuff around. Oh, I remember why. I set the alarm clock. There was a new token that was launching. I wanted to move money around. I had to get that, make sure I added that token to the wallet, and I was moving fast. And I was doing a whole bunch of copy and pasting. And what I mean by that, adding a new token, you need to have the contract address of that token and then the wallet address of where I'm sending it to. And I'm doing a bunch of copy and pasting and I'm not double checking what I'm doing. And I did three small amounts places and then one big amount. And when that big amount I sent, normally it happens almost instantaneous and nothing happened. I was like, hmm. I looked at the wall, it still said pending. Oh, okay. So I thought, well, maybe it's slow. A couple more minutes later, nothing happened. I go back to the wallet, it says sent. I'm like, well, if it's sent, it should be here. I look on the blockchain and it says completed. I'm like, where is it? And then I'm looking at the address and my heart sank. And I realized that I did not paste my address. I pasted the contract address of the token. Now, sometimes, depending on the token, that can be sent back to your wallet because there was no end destination. Most of the time, it gets poof, gone to the ether. $40,000. That was self-error. Most people lose their crypto not because they got hacked, because you can't hack the blockchain, but because of self-error. And sometimes it happens and people don't want to admit that it was self-error. I didn't do anything wrong. Somewhere along the road you did. The blockchain isn't a person. You know, you have to take action or do something. So let's jump on into this lesson and let's see what we can learn. I did this lesson in January, I think, the first 5-day challenge of 2025. So let's get a refresher on this. All right, you guys are up on my screen too. And again, welcome all of you guys on YouTube, and we invite you to be on our VIP section. Go to ilcacryptonews.com and register for our VIP. So cryptocurrency wallet security. What is a crypto wallet? Well, a crypto wallet is an application that functions as a wallet for your cryptocurrency. It is called a wallet because it is used similarly to a wallet you put cash and cards in, like, I don't have it in front of me, like a wallet, like this. What is your wallet designed to do? Keep your money safe, right? So that's what a crypto wallet is designed to do, the same thing. Keep your wallet safe, only it's a little bigger than that. It's not you went to the ATM machine and pulled out a couple $100 bills and put it in your wallet. It's you're walking around with your entire bank balance in your pocket. Now, if you were walking around the streets like that, would you be nervous? Would you be nervous if you were carrying whatever how much money you got in your bank account? Yes. So you've got to treat this the same way, especially if you're not taking the suggestions that I have given 100 times over. Do not keep all your eggs in one basket. People do. You're walking around with your bank balance in your pocket because you can access it on your phone. Mark Cuban lost $750,000 in one fell swoop because he saved his private keys in the cloud on his iPhone that he thought only he had access to. Now, modern cryptocurrency, going back. It is called a wallet because it is used similarly to a wallet you put cash and cards in. Instead of holding these physical items, it stores the pass keys you use to sign for your cryptocurrency transactions and provides the interface that lets you access your crypto wallet. So understand, there are dozens, if not hundreds of wallets out there. They all have different features, but all they are is an interface that's reading the blockchain. Okay, so that device is just giving you access to code because all of your crypto is in code and it's translating that code for you to be displayed. Imagine being in Bitcoin in 2010, 11, and 12. It didn't have that type of interface. You had to actually understand code. I even have a lesson titled My Ether Wallet. I think I pulled it down. I don't know if it's still up there on advanced crypto. Well, you had to actually learn how to read the blockchain, read the code, move crypto in a fact. I mean, I got to go going back to some of the things I used to do back then. There was no way I could teach that. Paper wallets. That's why so many people in the early days lost all their crypto. Today, it's much easier. You can have a wallet on your phone, on your computer, and easy to access, easy to navigate, but they all do the same thing. That wallet itself is not what's important. That app is not what's important. It's the private keys because the keys just represents the crypto that's on the blockchain. Modern cryptocurrency wallets make the blockchain accessible now to everyone. When crypto was first introduced, sending cryptocurrency was a manual task that required entering long keys. Today, the software does most of it for you. Cryptocurrencies are not stored anywhere. They are bits of data in a database, scattered all over it. The wallet finds all the bits associated with your public address and sums up the amount for you in the app's interface. So if you even MoveQuest, for example, you could still operate that without the app if you knew how to find it on the blockchain. And I think at some point, Lynette's going to create a series to walk you through how you can do that. But you can mint miners and everything straight on the blockchain itself and not actually ever touch and submit and claim and not ever touch the app itself. Sending and receiving cryptocurrency is very easy using these applications. You can send or receive crypto from your wallet using various methods. Typically, you enter the recipient's wallet address, choose an amount to send, sign the transaction using your private key, add an amount to pay the transaction fee and send it. And I want to let you guys understand that this lesson is advanced. Okay, I know this is supposed to be Bitcoin like 101 basic stuff this week, but I'm focusing on the security side. So in our Bitcoin 101 courses, I go into a little bit more, basics about what wallets are, the different wallets, but I want to make sure I'm covering the security because this year, in my opinion, 2025 is going to be the biggest year of the most crypto thievery in ever this year alone. So this is why I'm all over this. So typically you enter the recipient's wallet address, choose an amount to send, sign the transaction using your private key, add an amount to pay the transaction fee and send it. In layman's terms, it's like sending an email. You're going to get somebody's email address, go to your email, Gmail, whatever, put in to, put in your subject line, type out whatever you're going to say, and then hit send. It's the same feature. Receiving is even easier. All the sender needs is your address. and goes through the same routine, except you accept the payment and the transaction is done. There are two main types of wallets. Pay close attention to this: custodial and non-custodial. Custodial wallets, also called online wallets, are hosted by a third party that stores your keys for you. This could be a company that provides enterprise level data security systems businesses use to preserve and secure data. Some cryptocurrency exchanges offer custodial wallets for their customers. Non custodial wallets are wallets in which you take responsibility for securing your keys. This is the type that most cryptocurrency wallets on devices are. So, some of you that have been listening to me for 8 years, my message has always been the same. Not your keys, not your coins. Always write down your private key, have it stored, never save it anywhere on your computer. No flash drive, no screenshots, no notepads, no password protector stuff. None of that. You write it down at only you can see. And also this, if you've got a laptop and you're going to write down stuff, do not do it with the camera in front of you. You may not see my camera light is on right now, but they have the ability to turn cameras on remotely without that light turning on. I don't trust it. My laptops, I have you can buy them off of Amazon, little stickers that slide. They're like camera blockers. So I can physically block the camera so that even if they turn it on, they're not going to see anything. Also, here's something else too. Do not, as you're writing your seed phrase down, say the seed phrase words out loud. Why? Your phones are listening to you. And who knows, especially as AI is getting more advanced, who knows what information that they're able to pick up. Uh-oh, that's a seed phrase. Let me save that and where that data could be sent. Never say your seed phrase out loud. There are two subcategories of wallets: hot and cold. A hot wallet has a connection to the internet or to a device that has a connection, and a cold wallet has no connection. Lastly, there are three subcategories of wallets: software, hardware, and paper. Nobody's using paper wallets anymore, but I have to include it in the lesson because it is there. Each of these types is considered either a hot or cold wallet. Now, technology is so advanced now, one device can be all of the above. See my Android Samsung Z Fold here? This can be a hot wallet. It could be a cold wallet. It could be a custodial wallet. It could be a software wallet. So it could be a desktop wallet because it's a computer. It could be a mobile wallet. Back in the day, you didn't have that ability. It was different. But your phone now is like a computer. So you can have a non-custodial software hot wallet, a non-custodial hardware cold or hot wallet, or a custodial hardware cold wallet. These are the most common types, but you may also encounter other combinations. Let's talk about software wallets. Software wallets include applications for desktops and mobile devices. These wallets are installed on a desktop or laptop computer and can access your cryptocurrency, make transactions, display your balance, and much more. Some software wallets also include additional functionality, such as exchange integration if you're using a wallet designed by a cryptocurrency exchange. Here's one thing with me. I stay far away from exchanges. Now that I think about it, inner circle guys, VIP members, I have not messed around with an exchange outside of what was L Bank and maybe Bybit in over a year. Maybe every now and then in the inner circle, we'll go and take a look at it. I got money sitting on those somewhere, but I don't mess with exchanges anymore. But I will be getting back into it because guess what, guys? Next week, Diamond class, we're going to get back into how to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So that's going to be our Diamond classes starting next week. But if you are having exchange, me personally, I never connect my bank account to an exchange. The only alternative to that is I do have it attached to Coinbase, but not the exchange, the wallet. Not the exchange, the wallet, but I will be looking into that, maybe learning how to trade on base. So that's just a difference here. Many mobile wallets can facilitate quick payments in physical stores through near-field communication or by scanning a QR code. Mobile wallets tend to be compatible with iOS or Android devices. Treasure, Electrum, and Mycelium are examples of wallets that you can use. Software wallets are generally hot wallets. And be careful with QR codes. You know, you go to restaurants now and there's this one which is a Thai restaurant my wife likes to go to. And normally, every time we go on there, they give you the menu. There's no more menus anymore. You sit down on the table and they've got a sticker or an image of a QR code taped to the table. And all you're supposed to do is scan that QR code and the menu pops up. I guess for convenience. I don't trust it. I still ask, you know what, I like to have a physical menu, please. And she looked at me like I was crazy. I said, I'm serious. Just like, have you guys heard about POS devices that people are putting fake scanners on top of ATM machines or gas pumps? Well, the same thing with QR codes. Don't trust any public QR code unless you really trust the establishment. Because you can scan a QR code, and next thing you know, you're downloading malware onto your phone. Here's another thing that I do not do. I do not use my mobile devices for any of my crypto wallets. I used to. I do it all on my desktop computer. Why? Because my desktop computer has my state-of-the-art security system. It also has I never turn on my computer without my VPN. And my screen is bigger, so I'm able to see things more, and I'm not going to make mistakes. I do have the apps on my phone if I need to view anything at any given time. But let's say MetaMask, for example. There's a lot of people that's always asking me about MoveQuest and MetaMask, and they're, oh, I'm on my phone. I can't help you. I don't use MetaMask on my phone. I have it, but I don't do any transactions. MetaMask. I haven't done a trust transaction in I don't know how long. I haven't done a crypto.com transaction. Now, Inner Circle member, you guys remember we were doing that all the time. Remember that year I had itchy fingers with my crypto.com wallet? Like, hey guys, we're going to have a portfolio of 10 tokens. Next thing I knew, I had 50. I got to check my crypto.com wallet, see if I got some money sitting in there. I haven't looked at it in about a year. I do everything on my computer where it's going to be secure and it's in one location. But your mobile wallets can do that. Hardware wallets. Hardware wallets are the most popular type of wallet because you can store your private keys and remove them from your device. These devices might resemble a USB drive, and modern hardware wallets have several features. Now, for the first time in my career, I am actually going to take it seriously using hardware wallets. I never needed to really do that before because Leonard, you're killing me with that. Yeah, I know I'd be a millionaire off of that. But I never used hardware wallets before because I believe in letting my money work for me, and I always want access to my crypto real quick. And so I'm always flipping and doing things and moving things around. So I had no need for a hardware wallet. I know how to secure my tokens. But now, especially with crimeware as a service and these scammers are it's like every week, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but Inner Circle, the last couple of weeks, we have been learning of some new hack or new way people are getting into, scammers are getting into people's wallets. Every week is something new, ways that we never thought of before. Kenny's sister got scammed 77, $79,000. So yeah, I'm gonna start looking into the hardware wallets. And I don't even have to go buy an extra hardware wallet. I've got multiple phones. I can just use a phone that does not have a phone line connected to it or any device that connect to Wi-Fi. It could be a tablet. You can use that as your hardware wallet. Just connect it from Wi-Fi. And more than likely, you will have a private key. Make sure you have your private keys written down somewhere, not stored online. You can make a cryptocurrency transaction on your computer or device by plugging in the hardware wallet. Most of them can sign cryptocurrency transactions automatically without requiring you to enter the key, circumventing a hacker's ability to log your key presses or record your screen. That is another one I got to be looking into more again. The key presses. So if there's malware on your computer, a hacker can record when you type and record those keystrokes. It's crazy. These devices often cost between $100 to $200, and I'll be going over costs tomorrow too. The Ledger and Trezor are both well-known hardware wallets. Hardware wallets are generally considered cold wallets because they don't have an active connection until they are plugged in. Here's another suggestion as well. If you're going to order a hardware wallet, never order a hardware wallet from eBay or Amazon or any third-party site. Go directly to their factory website. You might say, well, I can just go to it through Amazon. I don't trust it. Find out which with the company, go straight to the company and get it. And when you get it, make sure all the seals are still there. Just like when you go to the grocery store and you got the twist on caps and things, you want to make sure the plastic is still there and the seal's not broken. Same with hardware wallets. If you see the seal's broken, it's compromised. There was years ago, 2018 or 19, I read a story of this guy who he recorded himself on YouTube talking about how he got scammed and he lost $1.45 million. And here's why. He wanted to buy a hardware wallet. Now just think about how people think. And he was looking them up and was like, man, I'm not $400. He went to eBay, saw the same wallet for like $220. So in his mind, oh, I'll save money. So he orders a $220 wallet from eBay and not the regular site. It gets to him and he puts his crypto on it. Now, the device did not activate immediately. I think it was about a month before it activated when he put another large sum on there. And then the scammer, whoever had got that device before it got to him, programmed the back door in it like a Trojan horse, and it executed and took all his crypto. Why in the world would you be cheap on your hardware device that's supposed to store your $1.4 million? Because he wanted to save 200 bucks. That's kind of like too, even with my crypto education. Bro, I don't need to pay Brandon any money for crypto education when next thing you know, you lost money. And then you're crying, I lost all my money. I teach this stuff. Where are you? Paper wallets. Early crypto users would write, and this is not nobody does this anymore today. So early crypto users would write or type their keys on paper, which they called paper wallets. These evolved to include the keys and QR codes, so wallets on mobile devices could scan them. However, paper wallets are easily damaged or lost. So many crypto owners do not use them anymore. However, there is nothing wrong with using a paper wallet if you take measures to store it properly in a safe or deposit box and check on it once in a while to ensure it hasn't deteriorated. That's crazy. I'm telling you guys now. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I share information for educational purpose Educational training and entertainment purposes only. It is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision. But I'm telling you now, never use a paper wallet. All right? Never use it. I got to put it there so you know what it is. Crypto wallet security. Wallet safety is essential as cryptocurrencies are high value targets for hackers. Today, more than ever before. Why? Bitcoin crossed $100,000 a coin. Hmm. The president of the United States is creating a crypto reserve. Banks are now getting all into crypto. States that you're living in are creating their own crypto reserves, as we're learning every day in crypto talk. Just what, 3, 4 weeks ago, it was 4 states. Now we're up to 39 in just 4 weeks. Donald Trump just signed an executive order that we read about today that is mandating all federal agencies to be prepared to do transactions in digital transactions by September of this year. That one shocked me. I didn't know that was going to happen that fast. So, because of that, wherever there is the new flow of money, if you saw me do my teaching on the river of money, the criminal element follows where the money is. So we have to stay ahead of them by being proactive and knowing what's going on and being able to make the adjustments when necessary. Like I'm doing. I'm making a lot of adjustments now. There have been some safeguards include encrypting the wallet with a strong password. Okay, so if you are using a hot wallet, or a custodial wallet, they will give you the option to have two-factor authentication. And that's mostly when it's a custodial, meaning somebody else is controlling it. So it could be Coinbase, it could be Uphold, it could be your exchanges. In fact, every exchange always enable 2FA. I have a whole lesson just on 2FA too. But always, I think I have a lesson in, yeah, I even have a lesson in security courses about 2FA, two-factor authentication. So always do 2FA. That's the next second best to having your own private key. Because even if somebody gets your password, they can't get your 2FA. There have been many cases of malware disguised as wallets, so it is advisable to research carefully before deciding which one to use. There was a woman. This was 2019. I was doing crypto talks at the time, but I didn't have any organization. I was just doing, it was on Facebook. Crypto talks on Facebook every morning. And a woman called me up and she said, Brandon, I can't get into my wallet. I said, what do you mean? She said, I lost my password. I said, okay, well, click on forgot password. I've been doing that and I'm not getting anything in the email about my password recovery. I said, well, what did you contact them? They said, yeah, they said use my private key. Well, okay, use your private key. I said, well, wait a minute, but did you set you up 2FA? Uh, is that what that was? Okay, do you have your private keys? I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. I said, you wrote them down. I remember writing them down, but I don't know where it is. So what do I do? And I'm like, you don't have your password, or you lost or forgot your password. You didn't set up 2FA, and you don't have your private seed phrase. See, let's say an example, because I had this panic moment one day. I was in my office and I was looking at all of my private keys, and I was looking for one specific wallet and I couldn't find my private key. And I almost had a little heart attack. But I was still able to log in. So if you're still able to log into your wallet, but you lost your private key, you can always still be able to display your private key and write it down. And I was like, oh, you learned lesson learned. But she didn't have any of that. And I said, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing you can do. And she wasn't trying to hear that. She had $10,000 in her wallet. She said, all I know is somebody better give me my $10,000. And then she said, Brandon, you got to get me my 10,000. What? How did it become me? You are responsible for your wallet. Seed words. This is important. And there's a new scam I have to warn you guys about because I've been noticing it played out on every time I upload a YouTube video. It doesn't matter if it's from my Brandon Ivey account or ILCA. In fact, even when this one is uploaded, you'll see somebody will do a comment and it's a fake account. And it's impossible for me to because I block them and they just create a new one just like that. And they say something to the effect of, "Oh, that was great information. Can you help me out? I'm trying to recover my crypto and my Tron wallet." And then they post their seed phrase in there. That's a trap because they want you because they're figuring other scammers are going to see a seed phrase. Oh, there's a seed phrase. There must be money there. And they're going to input that seed phrase, and it's actually a malware. They're actually stealing crypto from you, and you think you're trying to get over on them. So, in any of my videos, anybody goes to my videos, if you see any comments anywhere, even if it's on Facebook, YouTube, and somebody's putting their seed phrase, ignore it. Let me know so I can go and delete it if I haven't already deleted it. So most modern wallets generate a 12 word, some have 24 words, but most of it is 12 word mnemonic seed phrase. An example phrase could be airport bedroom. Now do not, this is just examples, okay? Airport bedroom impression, sample, reception, protection, road, shirt, etc., which seems random, but is created and linked to your keys by your wallet. You can use the phrase to restore the wallet if the device is lost or damaged. These words should be carefully stored in a safe place. Let me repeat this. These words should be stored where? In a safe place, because anyone who finds them will be able to access your crypto. So, where not to save your seed phrase? Let you guys tell me. Type it in the chat box. Where should you not store your seed phrase? Type it in the chat box. I'm gonna get some time. The cloud. Yeah, definitely. You do not store your seed phrase in the cloud. Anyone else? Your phone. That's right. On your phone. Where else? Not to store your seed phrase. Screenshot. Exactly. And then not only after you take the screenshot, but where? Where you save it after you take the screenshot. Email. Oh my God. Your computer, your laptop, cloud foam paper. Ooh, Marnita, that's a good one. On a password saver. I have a friend that lost crypto, not because he was hacked, but he had some wallet. I don't forgot which one he was using. It was something I never heard of before. And he was in the habit of using, I don't know if it was pass key, or whatever service that, will automatically store your passwords on your computer so you don't have to always write them down or remember. And you go to the site and the password automatically pops up. I use that as well for certain things. Okay. For certain things. But there's an option that says auto generate. So it comes up with some crazy password that's impossible to hack. Never use that. If you do, at least copy it and then put it somewhere that you can always get to before you save. So he was in a hurry or a rush, what are not paying attention, created some World War II cyber crypto era code on the auto thing. Your computer pops up to save password. He swears he hit save, but obviously he didn't because when he went back to the site, he couldn't get in. The password didn't pop up. And if I don't know why, forgot password or whatever he was doing, he was never able to get into that wallet. He lost a lot of money. Now, that was back in the day. A lot of them now, there's a lot more safety features in case you lose anything. Like one of my business bank accounts, uh, just for me to move money in this specific account, they will, or if I had just wrote like a big check, they will contact me. They want to know my password. They want to know my three questions that I personally set up, my social security number. They go through all this verification process first. So same concept also happens with your like, let's say crypto.com, for example. If you're going to move crypto off of the crypto.com wallet to another wallet, it's going to ask you for not only your password to get in, and if you're using it on your phone, you can also have biometrics set up where it opens on your face or your fingerprint. Then it's also going to ask you SMS code message and 2FA. See, crypto.com doesn't, there's no private key for that. So it's custodial. So 2FA, SMS. And when you do it, you need to do it in like 30 seconds or 60 seconds, or it's not going to get sent. So they have that secure, super secure system. Wait a minute. Does no, crypto.com doesn't have seed phrase. It's been a while. I don't think they do. Let me know if you guys that are using that there actually is, or maybe they generated one, but that's a centralized platform. All right. Cryptocurrency exchanges. Cryptocurrency exchanges have started offering custodial key storage for their users. However, you should use this service cautiously. Cryptocurrency exchanges are highly prized targets for cyber criminals. Additionally, if the cryptocurrency exchange goes out of business, there may be no guarantees that you'll get your crypto back. For example, Coinbase, a popular exchange, announced in its quarterly report to the Securities and Exchange Commission in May 2022 that because custodially held crypto assets may be considered to be the property of a bankruptcy estate, in the event of a bankruptcy, the crypto assets we hold in custody on behalf of our customers could be subject to bankruptcy proceedings, and such customers could be treated as our general unsecured creditors. What does that mean in layman's terms? What they're saying is that they're always going to take care of the rich people first. Okay? The creditors, they all get their money first, and then you guys will get whatever's left over. Now, Coinbase is also in a secure position where they hold their crypto off in cold storage. So it will never get hacked. But notice what he say here. Bankruptcy. What if you have a family that has family bankruptcy or a business or the government shuts a company down for whatever reason and they had like BlackRock is using Coinbase. Fidelity is now using Coinbase. Franklin Templeton is about to use Coinbase. Coinbase is about to be one of the biggest companies on the planet. So they consider you a non-registered or an unsecured creditor. General unsecured creditors are lower in priority on the list of creditors in a bankruptcy proceeding. Therefore, if there are not enough assets to liquidate and meet financial requirements for higher priority creditors, it is possible to lose your crypto assets if your custodial wallet company declares bankruptcy. The best cryptocurrency key security measures involve removing your keys from your wallet, placing them in a form of cold storage, and securing them in a vault, a safe, or a deposit box. You guys hear that? Also, make multiple copies and have multiple copies in different locations, not in the same location. This way, The more steps it takes for you to access your cryptocurrency keys, the harder it is for a criminal to access them. This way, you ensure you don't lose your keys. It also ensures that someone you have entrusted with your keys doesn't lose them or deny you access to them. Well, let me tell you this again. Never give your key phrase to anybody, nobody else. I don't have Marnita holding my keys, not because I don't love her or nothing like that. It's for security. Security. Because you give your key to somebody else, they could get hacked. They could get robbed. Also, don't go on social media letting everybody know what you have. Now you put a target on your back. Like in crypto talk, we learned about that porn star girl that was bragging that she has $20 million worth of crypto or Bitcoin and she's showing off the wallet. What happened? People broke into her house and tried to rob her to give up her secret key phrase. So you don't want to put a target on your back that way. Don't let anybody know. I'm not showing no what the wallets that I have outside of my utility wallets that I use in crypto talk. Outside of that, oh no. What is the best security wallet for crypto? Well, there are various wallets you can choose from with many options. It's best to read as many reviews as possible to find one that fits your needs while ensuring your keys are secure. I have to say it that way because what may work for me may not work for you. Okay? Let me repeat that. What may work for me may not work for you. My level of security may be on a whole nother level. I may be far more careful in the things that I do than you do. Also, I won't say any names. I had a phone call just yesterday, someone that just lost all their crypto. And you know what? I was asking questions. Password was saved on a password and private key was saved on an a password saver app. Also, there was no security on the laptop. It's bound to happen. Those are things you can control. So even if you say, "Oh, I have my private key. Nobody got my private key." Are you sure? You are responsible. The safest crypto wallet has no connection on its own or to a device with internet access. So if you're going to use a phone, then use a phone that is not connected to the internet, or better yet, that can disconnect from Wi-Fi and doesn't have a phone number attached to it. How they got Mark Cuban on his iPhone, he had MetaMask on his iPhone. He had his private passwords and seed phrases on the iPhone cloud, and somebody called up AT&T, pretended to be that they lost their SIM card or something and needed a replacement. And the moment they got access to the new SIM card, they had access to everything on Mark Cuban's phone, all his seed phrase, his cold cloud, all that stuff. See, he wasn't technically hacked; they gave it to him, but Mark had it accessible for everybody. But so if you're going to use a phone that does not have a phone line attached to it, and you can disconnect it from Wi-Fi. So the safest crypto wallet has no connection on its own or to a device with internet access. It also should not deny you access to your crypto because a custodian has financial issues. Many so-called safe wallets have wireless connection technology that determined cyber criminals can access. Best practices for securing your crypto wallet. There are 1,001 ways hackers can breach your wallet. Let me repeat that. 1,001 ways. How can you protect yourself? These are some of the best practices for wallet security. Get a cold storage for savings, which I'm now going to do. Never put your life savings in a hot storage. What does that mean? So hot storage wallets are wallets that you have on your phone. You have like even Exodus, for example. I love Exodus, but Exodus should not be where you're putting your life savings in. So that's another way you can protect yourself. Use a cold storage wallet if you're trying to use crypto as a savings account. If you're dollar cost averaging. Next is, in contrast, cold storage gives you absolute control over your funds. You're the only one who can access it. Little or no online manipulation can work. Sometimes as sensitive as savings is, better kept privately in cold storage. Use multi-sig wallets for security. Now, that's mostly for big companies, but I do have a lesson we just did in Diamond class a couple of weeks ago about multi-sig wallets. Single signature wallets suit individuals, but not organizations, teams, or DAOs. You guys know what DAO stands for? DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization. I've not heard of that one, wow, Bill. Ballot cold storage. Hey, in Crypto Talk on Saturday or Monday, shoot me some information about that. We'll look it up. I haven't heard of that one. Ballot cold. Multi-sig wallets are better options for DAOs and larger groups of people who want to use a common treasury. Multi-sig wallets will require more than 3 people to sign transactions. A hacker must get 3 or more signatures to steal funds from the address. This can be extremely difficult or nearly impossible. Use 2FA authentication always. Never skip this. And when you're setting up your 2FA, on the setup process, it's going to give you a private string of numbers and letters. That's your recovery for that 2FA. Copy it and then put it somewhere safe. So what I suggest you do on that is if you are going to copy it, print it out. It's too difficult for you to trust to write by hand. Okay. I don't trust myself writing something down by hand because I'll go back and I can't read my own handwriting. So if you copy it, print it, and then delete it. Okay. But that's just for your 2FA. And remember, some of you were here the very first time I did that lesson on 2FA. Many of you had 2FA and forgot to do that step. And why is that important? Well, let's say you got 2FA on your phone. And every 2 years, I upgrade my phone. So when the new phone comes, I put them side by side and I transfer all the data from my old phone onto my new phone. But what's actually transferring is all the apps. And this happened to me once, but I had a backup. I'll show you what I did though. This happened to me. I had downloaded over, or actually, let me tell you about how someone else lost their crypto because I had a recovery. I knew what to do. But the one guy, he had a brand new phone. He copied everything on his phone and all his crypto and everything, all the apps. And he went about a good couple of weeks. And then one day he decided he wanted to go into one of his apps where his crypto was and opened up the app. And it said it was a brand new app. It said ready to get started. I'm talking about the crypto wallet. And he was like, wait a minute, where's my wallet? And then it says you need your 2FA. Put your email in to recover it and input your 2FA. He goes to his 2FA, opens it up, and nothing's there. And he's freaking out. Why is the 2FA not there? I transferred everything over. But it said, please enter your recovery string of letters for 2FA and it will pull up your old account. He never wrote that down. And guess what? He was never able, I think eventually he was able to get into that wallet. It took a while. I don't know what he did, but that was a wake-up call. So here's what I do. When 2FA pops up, there's a QR code that you're supposed to scan with your phone. I put that on at least 3 devices, 2 phones and a tablet. So if you lose one phone, you still have your backups. And one of them that's not even connected to any network. Okay. So I always have multiple devices and so it can always be recoverable. So anytime I go to if I'm going to a new project that says, they have 2FA on security and it pops up, I put it on multiple devices. So I always have it. They will usually require you to get some OTP from your email or phone message to confirm that you are the one. You can also include biometric authentication as part of your 2FA requirements. Other things being equal, threat actors cannot fulfill all these requirements and breach your security. Have multiple wallets. It's in the lesson. It's in the lesson. What do I have there? This is the only second time I'm doing this lesson live, but I did this lesson in January. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. As much as you try to be security minded, hackers can still find a way to break in and steal your funds. The best defense mechanism is to prepare for the worst. That's how I operate. I operate like the worst is all possible, just like in business. Any crypto opportunities I say, I don't care what they say on how great it's going to be. I look at it, what if you fail by 90%? I expect you to fail by 90%. Can I make a profit off of the 10%? If the answer is yes, I move forward. If it goes 100% like they say, hey, that's great. But I am ultra conservative and careful. So hackers will still find a way. The best mechanism is to prepare for the worst. All your funds are gone if you put them in a single wallet and it gets hacked. It is better to put your crypto and NFTs across multiple wallets. Again, there's no limit to how many wallets you can have. This reduces the degree of your loss in case of a breach. Now, here's something else that I didn't think of, but after I got that phone call yesterday, I'm telling all of you guys. If you have your seed phrases, and you don't type yes if you do, but if you have your seed phrases stored on a cloud, or you have taken a screenshot of it, or you have it in a file somewhere on your computer, and you've never had any problem yet, act as if that wallet is already compromised. Get yourself another wallet and move all your crypto off that wallet onto the new one. Yes, it's going to be time consuming if you got to do it, but it's worth it. If you have your seed, let me repeat this. If you have your seed phrase stored on any device, immediately get yourself another wallet, move all of your crypto off of that wallet and bury that wallet. Never use it again. Does anybody not understand what I just said? Anybody not understand what I just said? This is preventative measures. I'd be telling people, oh, I've had this wallet for 5 years, 8 years. I've never had a problem until you do. Next is be careful with public Wi-Fi. Oh, we talked about this one yesterday, didn't we? Oh, I got to pay attention to what's going on the YouTube side. Let's see, on computer, text. Yep. Best practices for securing your wallet. Be careful with public Wi-Fi. So we talked about this last night. I do not connect to public Wi-Fi. Invest in a hotspot on your phone if you need to. So if you're taking your laptop anywhere you go, connect to your laptop with your smartphone, with your phone. And there's two ways. I noticed on mine, I was showing my son that there's mobile hotspot and then there's share. Let me go to it. It's called mobile hotspot and tethering. So that was new. My old phones, I don't remember having that. It was just mobile hotspot. But when you tether, then you're able to connect not just from Wi-Fi, but your other devices. It's actually connected to your phone network. Yeah, can I speak English? I'm not understanding. Do not connect to public Wi-Fi. So use a mobile hotspot. Every phone, if you've got a phone provider, whether you're um, Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, check whatever phone package you have. And if you don't have mobile hotspot, add it. And that's if you're traveling a lot, if you're moving around a lot. If you're not, you don't need it. But never connect to public Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi is available everywhere for everyone to freely access the internet. But be aware that not all free things are secure and good. Public Wi-Fi owners can access some of your data once you connect. This data can also help a threat actor to gain sensitive details about your wallet and hijack it. At best, use a secure VPN to connect to public Wi-Fi. At best. I'm not even trusting that. I'm using my mobile hotspot. That's what people have multiple MoveQuest accounts will have this issue in Vegas. Oh, let me tell you what to do. If you have a mobile hotspot on your phone and you've got multiple accounts, you can connect all of it to your main phone that your mobile hotspot is on. I did this. Remember when we had the fires and everything? And there was a point in time where we lost in Karen, California, we lost all power and we lost internet access, but we didn't lose our cell phone. So we could still get on the internet with our cell phones. So it was like about 2 days of internet was being spotty, and I didn't want to miss submitting on any of my days. So I connected all of my devices to my hotspot and tether, and I was able to submit and I was able to claim, even though my house didn't have internet access. So if you're traveling, you do the same thing. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Be on guard against phishing. Our Diamond class members, we already went over that whole lesson, phishing attacks. But here, just to get you aware of it, this is the second most popular way that criminals are getting access to people's crypto. Hackers are getting more creative with phishing attacks every day. That's why I love crypto talk, because we're always learning about a new one that I didn't know about before. I might think I'm doing everything secure right now, but if you're not staying on top of this, you're not aware that, oh, they figured out a new thing to do. And you got here's let me give you a hint. The people that I found that get scammed the most and the largest are people that are aware of security, but they don't, how can I say this right? They don't plug in. They don't stay on this. Last time they might have heard something about this maybe a year ago or 2 years ago until after the fact. I never hear from the people that's plugged in all the time. You guys aren't having no problems unless we run across something new, like pig butchering, which I'll talk about in a moment as well. But hackers can send you a link on Twitter or Discord and require you to click one. They can also pretend to be customer support and request you to call some code or OTP from your phone. The best practice is to be discreet with your details. I'm could be considered a public figure, and the hackers are using AI now to clone me. They copy my Facebook page, my Facebook profile, and send messages to people directly. They then started copying my voice and sending voice messages to people. Then they copied a video. They actually made an AI video of me and my voice where it almost even tricked me when I saw it. Because I was looking at someone sent it to me and I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember doing that. But it was me. It was my voice. So if someone else, and not you guys see me every day. You know I talk a certain way because that fake AI Brandon was using language that was like Australian or New Zealand, saying mate all the time and stuff. I never say mate. I never say bro. you know. Oh, you saw it, Elton? And those that don't plug in, they'll call me up every now and then for they want some advice on something or a suggestion, but they don't feel they have the time or don't feel that it's worth it to actually plug into the community like you guys do. Those are the first people that get got. One girl lost $2,000 to a person impersonating me and almost gave them 10,000 because she thought she was chatting with me. Customer support. People are pretending to be customer support. And the crazy thing is, this is in the pig butchering, that they start out helping you. I told you guys about that clown that was on the MoveQuest help service and was actually helping the people. Ask Herschel Crow. He'll tell you the story. He was in there and saw that guy helping people. And he's the main one that's crapping all over the project, is saying it's a scam and probably behind all the scams that's happening. So it seems like you're getting help. Next thing you know, you got to know where the red flags. Don't connect to a link they give you, and don't give up your private seed phrase when they ask. And you think you're talking to somebody that you trust. That includes me. If anybody, if you're chatting with me or you think you're chatting with me, and I say, yeah, yeah, show me your seed phrase. Give me your seed phrase. We go. If I say anything like that, you're not talking to me because I would never. Let me ask this question to anybody on here. Have I ever asked any of you for your seed phrase? Have I ever, have you shown me your seed phrase? No, you don't know. Hell no. And I would never ask. So be on guard. Watch for the red flags. The best practice is to be discreet with your details. Use strong and unpredictable passwords. Use strong and unpredictable passwords. What do we, it's the best secure. I think it was up to 12 decimal places. And even if AI with quantum computing would take like 200 years to be able to crack that. Set up a strong password for your wallet. The more unpredictable it is, the better. Avoid using your name or nickname as the password. We recommend you pick your password from random alphanumeric keys. Hackers cannot correctly guess your password if it is strong. This is for you baby boomers. Yes, I'm pointing you out. My parents. Passwords and my parents is oil and vinegar. Or oil and water. Vinegar and water. I think I say that right. They don't mix. And it blows my mind. I see my mom in action. I went over there a few weeks ago to help her out with one account. And what normally should take a minute and a half took us 30 minutes. And the what took us the longest was the password. And I could see when my mom put her password in and it didn't work, I could see the look of dread on her face, like, oh no, here we go. We got it worked out 30 minutes later. But if you do your password, and I know what the baby boomers do, they figure, well, I'll save it onto a password cloud or on my computer so that I don't have to worry about trying to remember it. But that is where the hackers get it. They know especially if you've been targeted. If you're a baby boomer, hackers are looking to target your password because they know that odds are you're messed it up or you're saving your password somewhere because you can't remember it. This is not, yes, I'm profiling here, but I'm profiling to protect you. Okay. So the more unpredictable it is, the better. That's also why don't share. I mean, this is also important too. We talk about not flossing, not stunting, and not going on social media bragging about how much crypto you have and showing off your wallets. Also, don't do that in private. Don't alert your friends and family and You've got a crypto wallet on your phone, and you're at lunch with them at work, and you showing it off. Hey, yeah, look what I got. Don't do that. You're now targeting yourself. Now they know what you have. So you never want to do that. So we recommend you pick your password from random alphanumeric keys. Hackers cannot correctly guess your password if it's strong. Keep your seed phrase and passwords in a safe place. I think it's going to be a record amount of times that I even have that in this lesson. How many times do I have to say this? Anyone who has access to your seed phrase can access your non-custodial wallet. So if you've got a wallet and you've got your crypto in it, and then one day you go to your wallet and your crypto's gone, and you're like, I didn't get hacked. If somebody else has your crypto key, they don't need your wallet. They can put your seed phrase in anything. They can go directly to the blockchain and have access to that. It's not your wallet that they have access to. It's your crypto. So let me repeat this again. You got to get a visualization of this. This could be your wallet. Okay. So let's say you've got your crypto on this wallet, you got your private key phrase for your crypto and it's stored up on this wallet. Somebody else gets your seed phrase and they upload it to another wallet like this. So two different things. This could be like a cold storage wallet. Oh, I gotta get the cameras in front of me. This could be like a cold storage wallet, and this could be your hot wallet where you have your main wallet on. They could be anywhere in the world and move your crypto and do anything with your crypto, and there's no way you can stop it because they have access to your wallet's compromised. The best you could do is move what crypto you have there off and never use that wallet again. But I believe in preventative. I'll never have my private keys exposed in the first place. Are you guys getting this? Type Y in the chat box if I'm making sense. So if you do this, let me read this. Anyone who has access to your seed phrase can access your non-custodial wallet. You must store or keep your password securely if you use a custodial wallet. For example, do not save your seed phrase or password online or in your iCloud. There's nobody who chats with me that can say, I didn't tell them this. I literally have it written on my forehead. Let me say it again. Do not save your seed phrase or password online or in your iCloud. The best practice is to write them down on paper and keep them in a safe place. Your wallet has a lower chance of being compromised by doing this. Only interact with secure websites. You have to be security conscious, especially if you have your crypto wallet as an extension or save the password on your browser. Some websites have weak security. So again, don't rely on website security, okay? Never rely on that. So some websites and some browsers have weak security, which can be deliberate. So you know HTTP versus HTTPS, S is more secure. Use burner wallets for airdrop. Okay, so someone asked, was it yesterday? And YouTube, someone asked, are airdrops safe? Or was it on here? I don't remember. Someone asked that question. How do you protect yourself for airdrops? If you're going to participate in any crypto project doing airdrops, never use your primary wallets. And what that means, or any wallet where you've got other crypto in. I call it my utility wallet or a burner wallet. Maybe I need to change that name. Sometimes when I use utility wallet, people get confused by that. Burner wallet. What does that mean? Well, you guys have seen the movies. You see the spy that's running around and he's calling someone on the cell phone, and then as soon as he's done, he takes the battery out, throws it away, goes to the store and gets a burner phone. Radio Shack, is there still Radio Shacks? Goes to Radio Shack, gets a burner phone. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm gonna get myself a burner laptop. And I already know about having different phone devices, right? Don't do crypto on certain things. Like if you travel, you don't take the laptop that you have all your crypto on a trip with you. I learned a lesson when I was going from London to Sweden. And when I was going through customs, I saw this other person and they had crypto all over them. They had a crypto hat, they had a laptop with crypto stickers on the back of it. And the guy said, "Come on over here." Pulled them aside. They had to pull out the laptop. And then I saw he pulled out his cold storage wallet. Dude was traveling with his cold storage wallet. I learned a lesson then. I am not traveling and advertising while I'm on the road that I got crypto anywhere on me. Okay. You don't want to put a target on your back because what if they just took his hardware wallet? He has no recourse. So use burner wallets. Like one of newbie crypto traders' most popular mistakes is using their main wallets for airdrops. This is too risky as some airdrops may require connecting your addresses with unsafe websites. The best practice is to have burner addresses separated only for airdrops. Inner Circle. Remember, we have our plan on MoveQuest that we want to be able to earn anywhere between $2,500 and $5,000. And you know, a month our strategy to make this happen. And in those extra wallets, you only should have 3 tokens in those wallets: AVAX, MQT, and USDT. That's it. That's it. It's mind-boggling to me. I'll go to Dex Tools because I like to investigate and look at stuff. Everything on the blockchain is public. So I just click on the address and it shows me everything that's in that wallet just by clicking that address. And so then I look at it and I'm like, I see all these other tokens. And then I recognize some of them. I know what project they're from, which means they can be targeted. So same thing with if you're going to do airdrops, have a utility or a burner wallet for that. Let me ask you guys a question. What term do you like best? Do you like the term utility wallet or burner wallet? Which one would be easier for you guys? Because I don't want to type it in the chat box for me because I don't want people to be confused when I say that. You guys say yes, you're used to me saying utility now. All right, the bottom line. Cryptocurrency wallets are an important part of your cryptocurrency toolbox. Various types are available, so it's best to research and find the one that meets your needs and provides a high level of security to protect your digital assets. One of the major bottlenecks of mass adoption into crypto lies in how it can be quite risky for anyone with even a basic knowledge of wallet security. Do not take crypto education lightly. I'm going to read this paragraph one more time because I don't want it to ever be known that Brandon did not tell you. One of the major bottlenecks of mass adoption into crypto lies in how it can be quite risky for anyone with even a basic knowledge of wallet security. That's not enough. Do not take your crypto education lightly. Education is key. Education is everything. As a disclaimer, this information is intended for educational and training purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. As with all financial decisions, you should contact your licensed financial advisor before investing in any financial instrument. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of that lesson. I went a little bit longer tonight because we're talking about wallet security. Now, this is the time where our Inner Circle VIP members are able to ask questions. Unfortunately, I'm going to be turning off the live stream on Zoom. So Miss Casa, come on up to get ready to prepare for that. See if I change the wallet for security precaution. Okay, I'm going to answer one question for free to the YouTube people. Beverly asked, if I change the wallet for security precautions, how will doing so affect the GetFit internal wallet if I change the wallet for security precautions? Okay. Okay, yes, it is gonna impact. If you change your wallet, whatever new wallet you're gonna be changing it to, you now have to open up new mining dot slots because the mining dot slots you have currently is in the old wallet. So you're gonna have to open up new mining dot slots and you will have a new internal wallet address. I'm gonna have to put some thought to that to see. Um, yeah, it's a new wallet. Is your internal wallet compromised though? Yeah, it's a new wallet because every time I change wallets on Get Fit Mining, it gives me it has a different internal wallet address. So yeah, you're not going to be able to use that same address. You'll have a new internal wallet. All right. So that's the one free question for YouTube members. Thank you guys on YouTube for showing up. We will be back tomorrow night, and tomorrow night we're gonna talk about what is a hardware versus software security comparison. Okay, that's gonna be tomorrow night. We're gonna be talking about certain wallets. Tonight I didn't talk about specific wallets. Tomorrow night I will be talking about specific wallets and cold storage wallets and the prices of them and all that. That's going to be tomorrow night. So another important lesson for you to come out tomorrow. But unfortunately for the YouTube guys, I have to shut off the live stream to do Q&A with my VIP members. But you are invited to be a VIP member and join us here. I will type it in the chat box for next time. And when you become a VIP member, you will also have access to every 5-day challenge we have ever done. You can go all the way back years. ILCA crypto news.com. Okay. ILCA crypto news.com. All right. YouTube people, thank you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. So let me stop the live